Let's look at wife in the book of Samuel. Let's go to chapter 1, verse 4 and 5. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife and to all her sons and daughters portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah, but the Lord had shut up her womb. Let's go on over to 19. And they rose up early, and worshipped before the Lord, and returned, and came into their house to Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah and his wife, and the Lord remembered her. So chapter 2, verse 20. And Eli blessed Caleb and his wife, and said, The Lord gave thee seed of thy womb for the loan which is lent to the Lord. And they went into their own home. Chapter 4, 19. And his daughter-in-law, Pinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of God was taken, that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pains were come upon her. Let's go to chapter 14, 49, 50. Now the sons of Saul were Jonathan, and Esau, and Melikashah, and the name of his two daughters were these. The name of the firstborn was Merab, and the second of the youngest was Michal. And the same of Saul's wife was Ahinoam, the daughter of Ahaz, and the name of the captain of the host was Amnor, and the son of Ner, Saul's uncle. Let's go to chapter 18, 17 through 19, and let's butcher it some more. And Saul said to David, Behold, my elder daughter, Merab, her will I give thee to wife. Only be thou violent for me, and fight. The Lord battleth. For Saul said, Let not my hand be upon him, but let the hand of the Philistines be upon them. And David said unto Saul, Who am I, and what is my wife, or my father's family in Israel, that I should be the son-in-law to the king? But it came to pass at the time when Merab, Saul's daughter, should have been given to David, that she was given to Adir the Moabite to wife. Let's go on down to 27. Wherefore David arose and went, he and his men, and slew of the Philistine 200 men. And David bought foreskins, and they gave them in full tale to the king, that he might be the king's son-in-law. And Saul gave him Michal for his daughter to wife. Let's go to 19 and 111. Saul also sent messengers unto David's house to watch him, and slay him in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, If thou save not thy life tonight, tomorrow thou shalt be slain. So 25, verse 3. Now the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife was Abigail. And she was a woman of good understanding, and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was currish and evil in his doing, and he was a house of Caleb. Let's go on over to 14. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, but he railed on them. Let's go to 37, and we went down to 44. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became a stone. And it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord smote Nabal, and he died. And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, Blessed be the Lord that hath pleased and caused of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and hath kept his servant from evil, for the Lord hath returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head. And David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife. And when the servant of David were come to Abigail to Carmel, they spoke unto her, saying, David sent us unto thee to take thee to him a wife. But she arose and bowed herself on her face to the earth, and said, Behold, let thy handmaid be a servant to wash the feet of the servant of my Lord. And Abigail hasted and arose, and rode upon an ass, with 5 damsels of hers that went after her. And she went after the messenger of David, and became his wife. David also took a name of Jezreel, and they were also both of them his wife. But Saul had given Michal his daughter, David's wife, to Peliah, the son of Laish, which was of Gilead. Let's go to 27:3. And David dwelt with Ashtaroth at Gath, he and his men, every man with his household, even David, with his 2 wives, Ahinomam and the Jezreelite, and Abigail the Carmelite, Nabal's wife. So chapter 31:5. And David's 2 wives were taken captive, Ahinomam the Jezreelite, and Abigail the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. Okay, let's go on to 22. Then answered all the wicked men and men of Baal, of those that went with David, and said, Because they went not with us, we will not give them aught of the spoils that we have recovered, save to every man his wife and his children, that they may lead them away and depart. Let's go to 2 Samuel 1:2. So David went up thither, and his 2 wives also, Ahinomam the Jezreelite, and Abigail, Nabal's wife, the Carmelite. Let's go to chapter 3 and 1-5. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And to David were sons born in Hebron, and his firstborn was Aaron of Ahimaaz the Jebusite, and the second was Caleb of Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite, and the third Asum of the Absalom, the son of Micah, the daughter of the Timite king of Geshur, and the fourth was Adonijah, the son of Haggith, and the fifth Shephathan, the son of Abigail. The sixth was Ahiram by Jelush, King David's wife. These were born to David in Hebron. Oh, I hate butchering it. Go on down to 14. And David sent messengers to Ishbosheth, Saul's son, saying, Deliver me my wife Michal, which I expelled to me for 100 foreskins of the Philistines. Let's go to chapter 11, and we want 3. Now David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Utah the Hittite? Let's go on down to 11. And Uzziah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Jacob and the servants of my lord are encamped in open fields, shall I then go into my house to eat and drink and to lie with my wife, as thou livest and thy soul liveth? I will not do this. Let's go on to 26, and we want 27. And when the wife of Ulah heard that Ulah her husband was dead, she mourned for her husband. And when the mourning was past, David sent and fetched her to his wife, and she became his wife and bore him a son. And the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. Let's go to chapter 12, 9 through 15. Therefore hast thou despised the covenant of the Lord, to do evil in his sight. Thou hast killed Uzzah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and thou hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uzzah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will rise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wife before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbors, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of the sun. For thou didst it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel, and before the sun. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, The Lord also has put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemy of the Lord to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. And Nathan departed into his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uzzah's wife bore unto David, and it was very sick. Let's go on down 24. And David comforted Bathsheba his wife, and went in unto her and laid with her, and she bore a son, and he called his name Solomon, and the Lord loved him. In the Strong's is 802, a woman. Every female, any, none, one, together, wife, often, unexpressed in English.